Hello and welcome to Courts Today by LiveLaw. I'm Devojit Das, here to break down today's most important legal stories from courts across the country. From high-profile Supreme Court cases to intriguing developments in our high courts, we've got the stories that matter. Let's begin. Starting with what can only be described as a shocking event that occurred inside the Supreme Court of India when a man hurled an object towards Chief Justice B.R. Gavai, shouting, "Sanatan Dharm ka apman nahi sahega Hindustan." Security quickly restrained him, but the incident was a chilling reminder that religious anger had penetrated the country's highest court. Remarkably, the Chief Justice remained composed, immediately instructing the next lawyer to proceed, saying, "Don't get distracted, we're not distracted by this." His calm response sent a clear signal. The judiciary will not be intimidated by ideological theatrics. Yet the episode reflects a deeper concern about our times. When religious fervor enters spaces meant for reasoned debate and law, it's no longer just about faith. It becomes a tool to silence dissent. If even the Supreme Court faces such disruptions, it raises larger questions about whether our democracy still allows space for calm, rational disagreement. Next, we saw the Supreme Court formally issuing notice to the central government and Ladakh in the habeas corpus petition filed by Gitanjali Angmo, wife of active Sonam Wangchuk, challenging his detention under the National Security Act or the NSA. Senior advocate Kapil Sibal, representing Angmo, told the court plainly, "We're against the detention." He pressed that the grounds of detention should be furnished to the petitioner, arguing that without those, she cannot meaningfully challenge the detention order. On the other side, Solicitor General Tushar Mehta for the union submitted that the grounds of detention have already been served to the detenue, that is Wangchuk, but that the law does not mandate serving them to a third person, like the wife. Mehta also pushed back, saying the plea is trying to create a new legal ground by emphasizing non-supply of the grounds to the wife. When Sibal asked for an interim order to make the grounds available to her, the bench, Justices Arvind Kumar and N.V. Anjaria, held off, saying they won't decide that issue right now. The court did ask Mehta, what prevents supplying the grounds to the wife? Mehta repeated that there is no legal obligation to do so. Mehta also addressed medical care. He said the detenue, when examined, claimed he was not on medication, but assured the court that if there is any medical need, it will be addressed in compliance with prison rules. Moving on to the Madras High Court, as during a hearing, Justice N. Senthil Kumar expressed concern over how judges themselves are now targeted on social media. He observed that when court decisions displease some, people dig up judges' pasts, involve their families, and publicly troll their rulings and personal lives. Justice Senthil Kumar remarked that such criticism is inevitable for anyone holding a public office or exercising authority, adding, "We should only smile at this," emphasizing that even harsh or unfair comments come with the territory. His comments came in a case where a petitioner sought to restrain a celebrity stylist from posting allegedly defamatory content against a chef, showing how social media scrutiny is increasingly seeping into active court matters. The judge's observations highlight the larger challenge of balancing freedom of speech and online accountability while maintaining judicial dignity and impartiality. In his view, courts must learn to withstand trolling without letting it disrupt their function. Coming back to the national capital, as the Delhi High Court issued a dynamic plus injunction, a significant legal measure aimed at curbing online piracy. This order targets 106 rogue websites accused of illegally hosting and streaming copyright content from major entertainment companies, including Universal City Studios, Netflix, Disney, Warner Brothers, Paramount Pictures, and Sony Pictures. The court directed domain name registrars to lock or suspend these infringing websites and ordered internet service providers to block access to them. The Dynamic Plus injunction is designed to address the evolving nature of online piracy. It not only targets existing infringing websites but also anticipates the creation of mirror or redirect sites that might emerge to circumvent the blocks. This proactive approach aims to prevent this unauthorized dissemination of copyrighted works as soon as they are created, thereby protecting the interests of content creators and distributors. While the injunction is a step forward in protecting intellectual property rights, it also raises questions about the balance between enforcing copyright laws and ensuring access to information and art. The dynamic nature of the internet means that new infringing sites can emerge rapidly, posing challenges for enforcement. As the digital landscape continues to evolve, the legal system faces the challenge of adapting to new forms of online infringement. An important reiteration in this new judgment from the Kerala High Court just made it a lot harder for insurance companies to say no. The court delivered a landmark ruling declaring that the arbitrary denial of legitimate medical insurance claim is a direct violation of the right to life under Article 21 of the Indian Constitution. The High Court established that the right to medical treatment is an intrinsic part of a person's fundamental right to life. The moment an insured person undergoes treatment based on the expert opinion of a qualified doctor, the insurer cannot simply reject the claim, saying, for example, it was a pre-existing illness after years of accepting premiums. The court specifically slammed insurers for taking advantage of a policyholder's vulnerability during a medical crisis. This ruling forces insurance companies to uphold their social contract. It's a huge win for policyholders, reinforcing that health is not just a financial commodity, but a fundamental right that must be protected. Next, the Madhya Pradesh High Court delivered a sharp warning to the government about the dangers of using powerful laws like the National Security Act carelessly, particularly when it comes to fundamental human liberty. The case involved a father who challenged the illegal detention of his son under the NSA, a law that allows for preventive detention to maintain public order. What the High Court uncovered was a shocking display of non-application of mind by state authorities. During the proceedings, it was revealed that the official detention order was riddled with serious factual errors. For example, the initial police report referred to one person, but the final detention order was served against the petitioner's son. Furthermore, the order incorrectly cited the detainee's location and the potential area where his activities would supposedly disrupt public peace. These weren't minor typos. These were errors in the very identity and facts justifying a citizen's loss of freedom. The division bench strongly criticized, as a result, the state government for approving the illegal detention order, emphasizing that Section 3, Subsection 4 of the NSA requires the state to independently apply its mind and review the grounds within 12 days before sanctioning the district magistrate's detention order. This provision is meant to act as a crucial safeguard against arbitrary use of power. By mechanically approving an order containing blatant factual mistakes, the government failed its statutory duty and undermined the very purpose of the safeguard. The court expressed its displeasure and surprise at this major lapse, not only directing the state's additional chief secretary to file a personal affidavit explaining the procedural breakdown, but also raising the serious possibility of imposing exemplary costs on the state for issuing such an illegal order. Ultimately, the judgment sends a clear message. Procedures protecting liberty are not just formalities. They are mandatory checks, and state officials who overlook fundamental errors leading to illegal detention will face accountability, highlighting the grave responsibility that comes with wielding the power of preventive detention. And finally, we come to a clash between an upcoming movie and a popular brand of beer, where actor Ravi Mohan's production house is creating an action comedy film titled Bro Code, but the company that sells the alcoholic drink, also named Bro Code, threatened them with a trademark infringement lawsuit. The filmmakers fought back, arguing that a beverage and a movie operate in completely different industries. The Madras High Court agreed, granting an interim injunction that told the drink company to stop making these legal threats. This ruling is a significant win for filmmakers, establishing that a common term like Bro Code is not automatically exclusive across completely different business sectors like alcoholic beverages and cinema, ensuring that creative production can continue without the chill of groundless legal challenges. That's all for courts today. For detailed coverage of all these cases, visit www.livelaw.in and follow us on all our socials to stay updated with everything that is law.